moment, I'll ask you to stand and pledge allegiance to the flag, and we're going to have a moment of silence afterwards. I know Teresa had mentioned somebody I wanted to mention is my son-in-law's mother. It's going to need a lot of support and prayers, and I think you had somebody else you wanted to mention.
Chris Moore, principal at Colbert Elementary, will have a significant surgery.
And Blaine's mother's name Terry Seacrest. Y'all know anybody in that? Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the silence, please. Amen, dear Lord. After not being here the last, if y'all switch over in the back, you can get all those people out in the hall so they can hear it. All those people out in the hall. There's nobody. Oh, there's nobody. Okay. But there is a switch on the back there. You can click. We're going to approve the minutes of July 6th, 2016 budget session, July 7th, 2016 work session, July 11th, 2016 road business meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes of these three dates.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bond. I have a second by Commissioner Thomas. Any discussion? Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Okay. First of all of you know tomorrow's election day for the runoff. I want to commend all the candidates from probably one of the most, I don't know, lack of a better term, but just civil runoffs I've ever seen. I think all the candidates, talk about themselves and what they wanted to do for Madison County, and that's the way it should be instead of going after the other, sometimes in local politics, which is very personal. And so I certainly appreciate it, and I know the county does. And I thank you for putting your name out there. On Chairman's report, Willie wanted some more. He's had some leave and all. He wanted some more to put on his call-in list, and so these are just people he can call in. There's no impact on the budget because they all paid the same and they will only work. But he wanted a few more names added. You have those in front of you. And if you have no issues, I will accept the motion to add these to the part-time calling list.
I make a motion that we add the 2 candidates.
There's actually 3, there was one added,
I see.
later.
Okay. The 3 candidates or applicants, to the part-time home, for courthouse security.
I second.
I have a motion, by Commissioner Bettis, I have a second by Commissioner Bond. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Bond?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That's all I have on that. All right, Marvin, would you come forward?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Short report tonight. We're working on getting water to the Georgia Renewable Power LLC plant over at Colbert, which is the old warehouse or facility there. They're going to be a big water user, usually for cooling and steam, and have a lot of evaporation, I suppose. The Highway 106 Moon Grove Road dollar store's open, and these other 2 are still not open. I don't know what the hold up here in Danielsville is, but
I think Comer's supposed to open tomorrow.
yeah, they get
The 8th of August, I heard. Okay, today.
Are y'all gonna do any kind of grand opening or anything?
probably not. Yeah, they don't belong to the chamber. They don't pay the dues, I don't guess. Anyway, nice facilities. All 3 of them are super nice buildings, and I know they'll be bigger, cleaner, and be good for the folks in Madison County, so that's good. We're continuing to work on this solar farm and 100 acres of solar panels over here. We hope that comes to be. And we started back working on the connection to the city of Elberton that gets water from Lake Russell. Somewhere down the road, we're probably going to have additional water. This would give us water for the future years to come from Commerce, Franklin County, and Elberton, plus what water we generate here from our wells. And that'll be a commodity that's going to be imported down the road in the future, I think, more so than it's ever been. Also working with recycling companies looking at Madison County. I don't know what will come to that, whether it even happens or not, but it could. Any questions? Okay. Hey, thank you.
Statements and remarks on the agenda items from the citizen. We have 3 items on the agenda tonight, 6, 7, and 8. This is your time to approach the board and speak on these items as citizens. Okay, nobody's coming forward. I'll recognize Mr. Dan Horn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of all of us at Chastain & Associates in Athens, I want to thank the board again for another good year of cooperation and working together. Thanks to Rhonda for getting me the minutes. I do get the minutes from y'all, so when something's purchased or we're thinking about doing something and it impacts insurance, I'm seeing it immediately. She began that when she took over. It's been a tremendous blessing because we stay on top of a lot of things that way. So I really appreciate your diligence in doing that. We've continued to have just an excellent working relationship with all our department heads, and the Sheriff's Department has been very communicative and helped us when we called over there and had to have information. So I believe the insurance company has continued, their adjusters have continued to have a very good relationship with Mike, and that really keeps claims from getting out of hand, and we get them resolved before they wind up in litigation or on the front page of the paper somewhere. The other thing we do, and I commend Mike for this, whenever we have anything going on with a contract, whether it's building the jail or thinking about leasing buildings, Mike will send me that, and I'll review those sections of the contract for insurance. And so we're doing as much as we can to be proactive and keep things from ever becoming claims or becoming issues. So that all is a result of the communication and trust we've built over the years, and I cannot thank you enough for that. The insurance company that we have been with for the the last several years is One Beacon. They have a specialty program for municipalities, and they include the sheriff's department in the jail. So what we have is an all-encompassing liability, property, automobile, and professional liability package with One Beacon. Last year's premium was in the neighborhood of $185,000. This year's premium is in, as you see it in your notes, $192,699. There has been no rate increase from the insurance company. The way this policy works is unlike your personal automobile policy. If you buy a car during the year, you call your insurance company up and they start charging you a premium the day you drive it off the lot. Ours does not work that way. So if you buy a vehicle anytime during the year, until this policy renews again in August, you get that many months worth of insurance at no charge. You just have to tell us you bought the vehicle. So when the policy rolls over and we've bought 6 additional vehicles for the year, then the meter starts running. So you've got 6 vehicles, one of them which was an expensive ambulance is included this year. We also have this year coming on board the jail, which consists of the additional property values of the jail and the additional 2 jailers that are working there for liability insurance. And we have the building back here that we bought I'm not sure I'm pointing in the right direction. It could be that way. We have the gymnasium building. I think we had a cell tower, and we also had some miscellaneous equipment for the road and maintenance department. So you add all that up, it raised the premium about $7,000. But again, it's all new stuff. It's not a rate increase from the insurance company. And hopefully, by continuing what we've done in the past and continuing our communication, we can keep our long-term claims in line and continue to be able to offer good insurance programs at stable rates.
I'll say, Dan, the one big thing that we've, over the last 10 years, we've reduced it's $100,000 less.
Yeah, probably maybe 10 or 11, 12 years ago. It's really come down. A lot of that has to do with some excellent controls. We've done some things that were fairly simple, like putting guards on front of the sheriff's department's vehicles to keep the deer. We were having a lot of deer. We were tearing up 1 or 2 vehicles a year with deer, and we invested in that. That cut those claims down.
1 or 2 years, probably 1 or 2 would be a good year.
Yeah, it was a good year. Patrol cars they're expensive to replace. The other thing we've done is we've done a really good job over the last 10 years of really continuing to upgrade our employee handbook and our practices for hiring and firing and what we've done. That's a big issue with any sort of large employer, and we've done about as good a job, I think, as we can do. And you always need to be reviewing that with legal counsel and keeping them up to speed. But we have an insurance company that's really adept at handling these types of things for public entities, and we have good policies on the front end. So we're going to get hit every now and then, and something that's unavoidable, a law changes or something that right in the middle of a policy period or right in the middle of a litigation event, you could have a policy of a law change that impacts something. But I think we're doing a really good job on both the front end and the back end, and that helps.
Well, they really work well with us. I mean, it's up on on cars and stuff. So we just recently had one. I actually had 2 in there today.
Oh, okay. Glad we got this one locked down.
Let me get this approved.
Yeah.
And I too appreciate the working relationship very much.
It's tremendous support for me. I don't have to know everything. Dan either knows it or knows people who do. So.
I accept the motion. Board's questions.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the amount
I have a motion by Commissioner Bond, I have a second by Commissioner Bettis. Any discussion? Commissioner Bettis?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You better be glad that we had you this week and probably instead of next week. or
I am in debt to Ms. Rhonda for giving me the heads up.
or the week before.
I don't know how many of y'all were here. I told Anthony this. I think we had something going on about guns down in the Hull district a few years ago. We had to meet in the courthouse. That was the most interesting meeting I'd ever been to. So thank y'all for your support. We do appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And then I think the health, I think last year's health was, the goat debate. We had a long time before we did it. All right, next on the next item is, considering some trade-ins and, Tractor, Teresa, you want to,
Yeah.
consider some stuff?
Right, I guess you got the two quotes, from a couple of meetings ago. I know the road crew's been down, a tractor, he normally has two crews of two. So one of the crews is, just using one tractor. I realize, yes, there has been a drought, but it's kind of funny how the rain, you get 5 inches in Hull on Saturday, 4 to 5, and then Colbert gets a bad storm Thursday night. So different areas, are growing at different rates. But I just, to keep business going, and these bids are only good for so long, I was just thought we should, have some discussion and possibly move forward.
Didn't we buy 2 new Kubotas last year? And what did you use those for?
They're cutting. This is we had one go down, this past year that, basically the transmission and everything just dropped out of it.
One of the new ones?
No, one of the old John Deere. This one we had for years and years, and, we repaired, and we tried to repair it again, and, the guys, tried, but then, we got some estimates on what it was gonna take, and it's, up in the, $10,000 range to repair, so, I know.
One's 1996 and the other's 2000.
And so, it's one of those things where, keep on putting money in it, or you gonna wait, till next season, to buy, since we're halfway here. What we've been doing is cutting with the one crew and then having one tractor, run and do certain spots. It's worked out. We've been able to do pretty good, and it's like Teresa said, because of the drought. I hadn't really been that, concerned, and hadn't heard a whole lot of complaints, but we have been in, drought. In fact, I had, one complaint today where we had cut too much or something, which we get those every once in a while. I get somebody mad because they cut something.
There's nothing in SPLOST to cover that either, is there?
Well, it would actually, it's certainly, there's money in SPLOST, but as the amount of the road department is in debt to, behind right now is, $523,000, so you would if you added that into SPLOST, it would actually make that grow larger, so.
But it's actually 300 and some now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Off of, the new monthly thing.
I just got the one from June.
It just came in today, I think.
Right.
We must have had a pretty good month.
Yeah. Because we kept everything.
The sales tax will increase because everybody's opening back up. We have about, kept the restaurants and Ace Hardware and all them for every year.
We get almost 18,000 on the trade-in, the $47,000 Kubota would end up costing us about $29,600 if we did it. You never know. Look at all the rain we got in the spring. Wow. So, be proactive.
You say you think we can make it through this season and
Well, it's one of those things where we hadn't, like Commissioner Bettis just said, we've been, and I don't know how lucky this is, a drought, when you're talking about drought, that's not good on our farmers and hay, but, as far as grass cutting, it actually, keeps the, grass down and doesn't grow as fast. Now, anytime you get a little bit of rain, and one thing that we do have is, we have a lot, feed trucks and chicken trucks, stuff like that actually, really does blow off on the side of roads. And, if we get a little rain, it will grow.
makes it grow?
Yeah. And, there will, if we continue to get rain, it could get bad pretty quickly. And when we have got behind, I have had them to, increase their time. So it's one of those things that you're gonna have to do eventually. It's just,
We'll have to factor in the price, if there's a price change or increase, you'll have to factor in the trade-in value when we've got one more out that they don't hardly want. And you have to have a commitment to keeping the roads cut, because of liability of people pulling out of the roads and all. So other places, there's several places that Madison pulling all around the county lately, but where there's, they be trains and.
You're correct, Commissioner Bettis. We did have, the collection, of SPLOS came in 338. Now, actually, I'll just go ahead, since the board's on that, and then as we might end up talking about cars at some point in the near future, but you'll see there's your ambulances at 202 and your sheriff's department at 187, negative, that they're paying us back. 911 is 20.
In next year's budget, could we separate, put a line item for, machinery to be bought at the road department and a line item for roads, and not combine it?
What are you talking about, to buy out of general fund?
Yeah. Right now, the road maintenance and equipment is all in the same line item, right?
Right. Well, SPLOS is worded, the way, and each SPLOS item is worded differently. And one of it is capital improvements and road maintenance. So that allows you to, buy equipment out of SPLOS. Now, budgeting it in general fund would be different from that. You could allow, and there is what we have had in the past as capital improvements into the general fund budget. They used to buy some sheriff's vehicles and some equipment out of the general fund. Not here recently. I think probably the last cars that that I remember was early on, maybe 2009, 2010. We did have some sheriff's vehicles put into the general fund, capital outlay. Not much on equipment. Most of that, what we done was, we did buy some out of the general fund, but we allowed SPLOS to pay us back out of that.
I mean, either way you do it, no matter if you got separate line items or what, but the taxpayers are going to be the ones that receive the benefits either way. But I just think it'd be easier to keep up what's available for roads and what's available for machinery.
So certainly that's one thing that you can talk about, is setting aside so much SPLOS money. The one thing though, it has, because of paying ahead a little bit, what we're hoping to do is to to get it paid back and get it at least back to even, and then start using it as it comes in, more than get negative. You know, we had, I think, the way y'all used it, to get it, we needed some repairs and needed some, you know, stuff and use it well, meaning we needed some equipment. All that equipment is being used and being put to good use. So.
Wait, the new report, Teresa's 370.
338.
338.
We had, really good collection, collection over, you know, and it looks like, you know, our collections are picked up a little bit, and so that is kind of outrunning our expenses, so that's always good. That brings that number down.
Well, we ought to pick up now since Ace Hardware and all the Dollar General and all that's back in business with.
We got about 4 or 5,
Ladies, picking up some more.
Bill's Barbecue, Ziegler's Pizza, and Reynolds Pizza.
Everybody shops in Madison County, don't go to Clark County.
I talked to the guy that opened up the new restaurant down there, and he said that when they had the fireworks show, that all the people around Danielsville sold out of everything, drinks and cookies and crackers and all. He said all the merchants were extremely happy with the fireworks show, because it was really pretty. I mean, I've never seen that many people in Danielsville.
Yeah, we watched it from Mom and Dad's front yard. It was really visible.
And I think he's looking at doing some concerts or something in town.
And it's gonna be hard to watch when I can hear it.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the, quote from Canova, with the trade-in, when you purchase that tractor.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bettis, I have a second by Commissioner Thomas. I will say in discussion that the trade-ins are a lot more than what I would give if I was personally looking at those tractors. I'm sure that they can repair, and they've got uses that I wouldn't have for those tractors, but they did allow pretty good trade-ins for those. And I have, and as far as I'm looking at, when you talk about the Kubota tractors, and what I've noticed across the state is more and more people are going to Forest County, the Kubotas, and we do have the Kubota assembly in the state, and so I've been real satisfied with the quality of the tractor and the maintenance on it. Any other discussion? Commissioner Pepple?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and next is, you know, David Morgan, who is one maintenance guy is retiring. This is kind of we hired David when we moved Alan to the road department, and then David Geiger moved up, and then we hired David Morgan. One of the things that Alan and David wanted to get while David was still here is to hire an individual, and so they put out, and you have that information in front of you.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve James Hughes.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bond, I have a second by Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Isio?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead, and I know this will be on the LMIG. Rhonda's been working with GDOT, trying to get our LMIG money. They're doing the audit of last year, and they're gonna do some more audits, to try, and once they get those audits finished, they'll get us the money. We've got Garrett sitting on hold. I know some of them, the folks at David's Homes are on, Commissioner Pesto, and I said, this is on the state trying, there's nothing we can do about it. So, I want to take that burden off of you, Commissioner Pesto, and send them on down, and that, we're waiting on GDOT to, give us the check, and then Garrett is fine with it, they're ready to go when we get it, so.
Is that the same for Kingston Green?
I'll explain that to him, but have you ever tried to explain it, make Mike was here?
Actually, I have. That's just another day, so,
Is that the same for Kingston Green?
right, all that's in there, one thing. Urgent matters. Review of the August 1, 2016.
Well, you had the 2 rezones, and then consider bids for road striping for LMIG off-system safety program, and consider hiring for a full-time position at the transfer station.
Any other?
Is this where we can, on the speed, on that, piece of property?
Yes.
Or is that road?
Yeah.
Okay, on, Peach Orchard Road. I'll have to see if we can get the speed limit on that.
And I've got, y'all have any road requests or anything need me not looked at?
You're wanting that on the August 1st agenda?
Right.
Okay. Is there a speeding?
No, we'll have them check it, we'll have road.
I did want to say thank you to Marvin for getting that, the fire hydrant fixed, and Mr. Schultz at the hall.
All right, anything else? Statements or remarks from the citizens on any matter? Executive session?
No, sir.
I'll accept the motion.
Motion carried.
A motion by Commissioner Petrol, I have a second by Commissioner Barnes. Any discussion, all in favor say aye.